Want to grow your business and take it to the next level? Well, here we all are, and we are going to show you how through hard work, perseverance, and a little help and know-how, you can take things to the next level and push the success of your business even further. Let's get going.
Before we begin, I want to ask you this question. What do you wish for? What do you really, really wish for? What do you dream about and you think, well, that's not possible? Maybe you've thought about it, maybe you've dreamt about it, talked about it, imagined or fantasized about it, even prayed about it, and yet you know or you think in your heart that this isn't possible. It is never going to happen. It is never going to manifest. So before you conclude on that, before you draw a conclusion, I want you to listen to this episode the moment. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to empower you to begin to create possible realities. Once again, my name is Fulfillment Obi, and this is the Life Upgrade Podcast. We're going to get started soon. Don't go anywhere.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Hey family, welcome back, and this is the Life Upgrade Podcast, and my name is Fulfillment Obi, and we're talking about moments creating possible realities. Before we get started by talking about moments, we're going to talk about memories, as this will help us to set the tone and the foundation for this very episode. So I want to draw an illustration from a movie I watched back then in 2018. It's a children animation. It's a wonderful movie. It taught me a lot of lessons, and I had to go over to watch it again so that I could draw out the main point. It will help us to establish the solid principles of memories, as most of us will take these things for granted. The next gen talk of a little girl whose parents broke up and the father left, and she had to deal with emotional problem because she no longer had father to cater for her. The mother was also dealing with the loss, and she turned over to robots and AI to handle her needs. She became obsessed with robots.
Oh, seriously, does everything have to be a robot with you? Oh, come on, it's cute.
Now, this is a generation where robots and AI controlled almost every activity, from brushing your teeth, to wearing your clothes, to combing your hair. AI and robots took over everything, and so she was obsessed with robots, and she paid little or no attention to me. Now, they went to an exhibition where they were to release a new robot that they promised would change their life. And in that exhibition, May met a robot, a secret robot, which was built by a scientist, a secret robot called Project 77.
You are my last and best hope, my Project 77.
You said remind me at 2 o'clock, so...
You're not perfect.
Now, Project 77 was a robot that was built to deal with an evil robot that was planning to end all of humanity. Project 77 was built to solve that particular problem. But May had a first encounter with Project 77, and they became friends. Now, after May met Project 77, she left her bag with the robot because of some situation. She wasn't supposed to be in the lab where Project 77 was constructed. So in a bid to return the backpack to May, Project 77 went outside and had to deal with the police robot, as it was declared an unidentified robot. What happened was that he took a hit and he damaged his memory. So at last, Project 77 was able to locate May at his home, and they became best friends, and they started building this bond and relationship. They started going out to school, taking chores and doing things together. But it was a problem. There was a challenge. Project 77 could not store memories, and it became very difficult for Project 77 to decide on which memory to keep and which memory to delete, as the bond Project 77 shared with me was getting stronger.
Warning, current memory will fill in 18 hours. Recommendation, clear space to avoid catastrophic system reset.
That sounds bad. Is that bad?
Well, I'm broken. If my storage gets too full, I won't be able to make any new memories, and my brain will shut down.
Well, what about that can't you get rid of all that stuff?
That stuff? No, those are my core systems. I'd gain storage, but I'd lose functionality.
Oh man, that's rough. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I just delete a few memories every night. And that way I don't lose them all.
How do you know which ones to keep?
Well, I keep the important ones. But the real problem is, the more memories I make, the harder it is to choose what to forget.
Let me help. I'm pretty sure.
And at last, Project 77 decided to take off its weapon system so as to keep May's memory. This led to another huge problem. Now the evil robot has discovered that Project 77 was designed to stop it, and it came after May's family. And at the end of the day, Project 77 had to make a very difficult choice, which was to reactivate his weapon system, lose all May memory just to save May's life. It was a difficult situation, but it had to make the choice just so he can save May's life. But this was what he told May before the final battle.
Holy crap, Starks! Thank you.
May, listen to me. Our memories make us who we are. Don't let the bad ones stop you from making good ones.
What are you talking about?
Memories deleted. Weapons restored.
Yeah, and that was how he defeated the evil robot, and they live happily ever after. Yay, yay, yay. But there's a very powerful lesson I want to draw from this story, and I want you to listen attentively, as I believe this is going to really impact your life. Memories are powerful to define us an identity. We can never be who we claim to be or who we are without our memories. The bond we share with families and friends, partners can only be made possible because of memories. What do you think hold people together? What do you think keep people from moving forward into greater things? It's simply memories. What really do you think will happen to you if you had to lose all your memories? I mean, all your memories. You can't even imagine it because it's awful. It's just too bad. So it's going to be very difficult for you to become who you are or who you're planning to be without your memories. This shows how powerful our memories are. So when we die, we want people to remember us. We want to leave a legacy behind. We want people to still be talking about us. So this shows that memories are not just powerful, but they are an important part of our existence. So this means that life doesn't consist of the abundance of things we have. It's not about the money, the cars, the private jets, the multi-million dollar industry or assets you have around the world. It's about how you're about to touch life, create impact, and make people feel at home, make people okay, impact the life of people, and help other people move onto greater things. That's what really matters, because at the end of the day, these are the people that are going to remember us for the things we do. So when you die, people are not going to remember that you have 10 houses, you had a multi-million, billion-dollar industry, you were the CEO of this or that. Nobody's going to remember that. People are just going to remember the things you were able to do, the impact you were able to make, and how you were able to make life easy for them. Okay, now we're going to talk about memories and moments, how these two are really the drivers of the events of our life. Memories are so powerful, I've said that before, but when we combine with moments, the effect can be explosive. If you wish to push the boundary of reality to create possibilities, do things nobody can do, then you must gain understanding about the power and the effect of moments and memories together. Every important moment of our life is tied to a strong memory. For example, your graduation, your first car, your marriage, and those important moments of your life are tied to a strong memory because they came with a strong emotion. At the opposite side, we have terrible memories that pushes people into traumatic situations which they may have to deal with for lifelong. Moments are memories or events that have the power to shape our destinies. If we cannot handle the moments of our life, the events of our life, and our memories, we will never be able to actually change anything in reality. If you want to push the boundaries of reality, then understanding your moments, your memories, and the events of your life will give you an edge to understand or to push that boundary to create that which you really want to create. The next one we're going to be talking about is how we can create moments and therefore change the outcome of reality. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the impact of moment in our life. Imagine that you dream of becoming a president, then your defining moment would be when you win the election. But let's say, for example, you keep contesting but you never win. Then it's easy to fall into the trap of self-sabotage. You begin to call yourself a failure and you begin to impose such identity on yourself, and at the end of the day you just become who you call yourself. So moments are powerful. If we experience a positive moment, it is easy for us to climb into greater height, but a repeated moment of failure makes it difficult for us to even move forward or to do that which we really would have loved to do. So it's all in the mind. So negative memories that are tied to past moments, tied down by strong emotions, are difficult to shake off. But in life, we know that we're not going to win every time. Some people just give up too early. Some people look at situation from a perspective that makes it difficult for them to even have the power to change their reality. So with saying this, I know you now really want to know how you can create your own moment, those moments where you will always be winning, where you have the opportunity to climb into greater height, where you'll be able to create new possibilities for yourself. So let's dive into that. Creating moments. When you see someone being given an award, being honored, crowned, or rewarded, that's their moment. They finally made it. Everything finally paid off. But when you look at those people, all you do, you wish you were just like them, and that's actually the problem. Every moment is made possible because of these three things. Now, before we go into the three things, I want you to look into the life of David. David in the Bible. Yes, he was anointed to be king, but he didn't become king the next day he was anointed. He had to go through a lot of stuff before he was finally crowned a king. And there were different defining moments in his life, and those moments are what led to him being crowned as first the king of Judah, then the king of the whole Israel. The first moment was his moment with Goliath, where he won the battle. That was what pushed him further to that level. So sometimes multiple moments we have to occur in order to take us to that height where we wish to be, or for that reality we wish to create to manifest. So now let's talk about the three things we must do so we can create possible realities or the possible moments for our lives. Next on the list is choices. Someone will say, well, isn't choices and decisions the same thing? Well, they're similar, but they're not the same thing. Choice have to do with the ability to choose between two options. Now, it's not just choosing between bad or good, right or wrong, or black and white. It's choosing between two good stuff. It's actually very difficult, and that's the problem with life. A lot of people come into life and they don't know what to do. They don't know which choice to make. They're faced with two good options and they don't know which one to pick, and it's difficult to choose. But if you want a specific defining moment in your life, then the choices you make are very, very, very important. Now, let's take for example a hypothetical scenario. You're a music artist and you have the option to sign with the record label and receive millions of dollars up front, or you have an opportunity to build your own record label from scratch. Right? That's a very difficult question. I know a lot of people will not be willing to answer. A lot of us will definitely want the money up front, but that's for that. Now, the next we're going to go into is actions. Actions are very powerful. It's not enough to decide or choose, but taking action is the roadmap to success. Will you continue to be lazy, or will you stand up and take action? Most of us, we complain a lot, and we complain morning, afternoon, evening, and night. We talk about the things that's not working well, the things that's not right in our life, how we're tired of the situation, or how we don't know what to do. That is our complaint, and we never take action. Just talking about the problem isn't enough. It's never going to solve the problem. It's never going to make it better. It's just going to make it a whole lot worse. So why not start taking action? Why not put things into action? A little action every day towards a particular goal to make it a reality. You want to be a world-class boxer, you want to be recognized all over the world. It's not going to happen in a jiffy. It's going to take years, sometimes years of dedication and hard work. And maybe if you're blessed by God, things might just happen and you blow up. But in order to stay up, these three principles must continue to work in your life. They are just like an internal system in your life. I'll keep working for you to keep moving. Sure, just take for example. So you look at the clock, it's working, it's moving, but it isn't just working or moving because they want to move. It's because there are things that are built inside, internal mechanisms that are responsible for making it work. So that is how it is with success, with reality, with possibilities and all that. So if you want to create possibilities, if you want to create opportunities for yourself, if you want to step into the greater height, if you want to do things that nobody else have done, it's going to take a whole lot of work. You have to build these things into your life. They have to be the internal mechanisms that are controlling everything you do. And when these things become the principles of your life, it will be easy for you to be able to create new realities or new possibilities for yourself. Those things that you once see as impossible will become now possible. Why? Because the mechanism, the things that are needed for you to create those things are now embedded in your life. Now, these things are not going to be easy to do. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes it's going to be difficult for you to continue moving. Consistency is key. Sometimes you're going to just crash and burn. Well, sorry for using that word. Yes, sometimes we just crash and burn and just feel like, well, it's over for me. I'm not doing this no more. Those are the time you need to re-strategize, look at your life and know what to do, how to make better decisions, choices, and what to put into action so that you can restructure your life. Now, I talk about a lot of things like this and it relates to the principles of the Bible. Yes, if you want to hear me, if you're a believer, I believe these things will really improve your life if you look at it from a Christian perspective. And having a podcast dedicated to the work of Christianity, a YouTube channel dedicated to the work of Christianity, and I will leave the link in the description so you can follow that podcast. I have a lot of teachers, people teaching from across the globe that will give you a balanced perspective from the Bible. And when you combine this knowledge with the knowledge of God, it's going to be explosive. So the Living Flames of Fire YouTube channel, the Living Flames of Fire podcast, that is the name. Well, if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, this is really awesome and I really want to grow, then you should consider subscribing to the Legacy newsletter. The link will be in the description of this episode. The Legacy newsletter. You can go to fulfillmentob.substack.com. You'll be able to subscribe to that newsletter for free. Yes, absolutely for free. Since everything we do is mostly for free, I want to encourage you to leave a donation, as this will help us to continue to do what we do. We want us to keep impacting your life. Then leaving a little donation will be very helpful, as it will help us to keep releasing more episodes, upgrade our equipment and our gadgets so we can keep producing better audio, so my voice can sound better than this. If you have any question or you have any comment, you can leave it on the comment section. If you're listening to this through the Substack app or through the newsletter, then it will be easy for you to leave a comment. If you're not, then go subscribe to our newsletter so you can drop a comment or send us a mail if that would be the case. Well, I'm so glad you have listened to this very moment. It's kind of a long episode, but I'm so glad you listened to this moment, and I want to really appreciate and thank you for doing that. And until next time, where we'll be coming again with another new episode, stay blessed and stay empowered and have an awesome week ahead. Once again, my name is Fulfillment Obi.
If you enjoyed today's show, please head over to iTunes, give us a rating, and leave a review.